आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi ka Safar with AIR News. India's glorious fight for freedom is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the valiant struggle every day.
Amar Sonar Bangla.
In today's episode, we remember the forceful divide and rule decision of the British Crown to disturb the nationalist Hindu-Muslim unity against the imperialistic forces and divide Bengal on communal lines into Eastern and Western areas. People rose together against this decision as Rabindranath Tagore's Amar Sonar Bangla took on a new meaning.
Amar Sonar Bangla, আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি, চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ, তোমার বাতাস, আমার প্রাণে বাজায় বাঁশি.
Since 1765, Bengal, Bihar and Odisha were a single province in British India. But Viceroy of India, Lord Curzon, the architect of the partition, planned to split Odisha and Bihar and join 15 eastern districts of Bengal with Assam, making the eastern province with its centre at Dhaka. He thought that splitting Bengal would weaken and divide the nationalist movement.
After Curzon announced the partition on 19th July 1905, there was widespread political unrest in the province as most people in Bengal saw through the nefarious plan of British and took this partition as an insult to their motherland.
The nationalists realized that partition was effected not just on administrative grounds, but for creating a permanent division between Hindu and Muslim communities by the British colonial power through its policy of divide and rule. In the western region, resistance to the partition was explosive and all-pervasive.
This involved non-violent and violent protests, boycotts, and even an assassination attempt on the governor of the new province of West Bengal. Surendranath Banerjee was one of the most important public leaders who protested against the partition of the Bengal province.
He was at the forefront of the movement and organized protests, petitions, and rallied extensive public support across Bengal and India.
The protest got momentum under the leadership of one of India's greatest poet, Rabindranath Tagore, who declared the day of the partition to be a day of national mourning. No food was cooked in Bengali homes that day.
To strengthen the bond between Bengali Hindus and Muslims, Tagore appealed to Hindus and Muslims to tie rakhis to one another, creating a lifelong bond of protection that no one could break.
বাংলার মাটি, বাংলার জল, বাংলার বায়ু, বাংলার ফল পূর্ণ হোক.
The agitation against the partition of Bengal gave birth to Swadeshi and boycott of British products movement, which marked one of the turning points in the history of Indian nationalism.
The twin weapons of Swadeshi and boycott, adopted by the Bengalis, became a slogan for all Indian nationalists, and they formed the basis of Mahatma Gandhi's non-cooperation, satyagraha and khadi movements. Following the massive protests against partition, Bengal was reunited in 1911 by Viceroy Lord Hardinge.
On 16th October, we are also observing the death anniversary of freedom fighter and politician Ganesh Ghosh. Born on 22nd of June 1900 at Binodpur village in Jessore district of Bengal province, Ghosh was arrested by British authorities in the Maniktala bomb case and was imprisoned for 4 years in 1924.
After his release, he joined the Chittagong Jugantar Party and participated in the Chittagong Arsenal raid along with Surya Sen and other revolutionaries on 18th April 1930. Ghosh was later arrested in Chandan Nagar and in 1932 was sentenced for life and deported to the cellular jail in Andaman.
In 1946, he was released, and after independence, he became a leader of the Communist Party of India. Ganesh Ghosh died on 16th October 1994 at the age of 94. We salute the spirit and love for nation of this great freedom fighter.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.